And it says in Esther 4, verse 1, when Mordecai perceived all that was done, Mordecai rent his clothes and put on sackcloth with ashes, and went into the midst of the city and cried with a loud and bitter cry. And he came before the king's gate, for none might enter into the king's gate clothed with sackcloth. And in every province, whithersoever the king's commandment and his decree came, there was great mourning among the Jews, and fasting, and weeping, and wailing, and many lay in sackcloth and ashes. Now, how many people here are familiar with the story of Esther? I read the book of Esther. Just to get some context, of course, in the book of Esther, Esther becomes the queen, and we have a man named Haman who Esther's uncle Mordecai refuses to bow to Haman. He refuses to bow to a man. He is not willing to bow to a man, and his reason is because of his religion, because he's a Jew, that he will not bow down to a man. Now this makes, of course, Haman very upset, and Haman very angry, and I believe that if you can look at it, it says Haman in this story, he kind of represents the flesh, and he doesn't like it when Mordecai won't bow down to him, and he devises a device, of course, that he's able to convince the king that on the 13th day of the 12th month, that all the Jews will be put to death. He says these people, these Jewish people, they won't listen to, they have their own laws, they do their own things, and they are not good for the king. They are doing their own thing, they are not following your leadership, and they should be convinces them to be killed. I just stop here for a second. Do you see any correlation today? Do you see any correlation to what's going on here in this country where the Christians are getting picked on? Hey, we shouldn't be suffered to follow our religious practice. We shouldn't be suffered to follow that because we don't believe in the sodomite agenda, because we don't believe in transgender agenda, because we believe in liberty, because we don't believe in a big government that can just go up here to big ball and hey, we got a new world order that the devil wants to put together, and you think that this story has no relevance. Some people might say that, but there's relevance here. There's total relevance. What's the Jews just kind of go on their everyday life here, but when something happens, when we see somebody take a stand like Mordecai, refusing to bow to Haman. Imagine refusing to bow to the queen. I don't bow to the queen, my friends. I ain't bowing to that witch. I ain't bowing to her. I mean, I'm not saying she's a witch, but she's not saved. There's no way she's saved. I'm not going to bow down to anybody. I ain't going to bow down to a pope. I ain't going to bow down to anybody but Jesus. Hey, even in the Bible, Jesus said, hey, when other people would bow down to the angel, they say, why do you do this? Hey, this is a revelation. It said multiple times, but the only one who deserves that reverence is the Lord Jesus Christ, is God Almighty. And Mordecai, of course, he won't do it. He won't do it finally, this Jewish people, they get noticed. So finally, when something's going to happen that's really going to store up strife, some Christian's going to stand out in this country, and finally, that foot is going to really come down. Someone's going to convince them, hey, you got to do something about this Christian problem. You got to do about it. So what would they say about that? Evangelical Christians are the worst hate group or worst group in the country. What was that word?
Yeah.
Worst.
Trudeau said that.
What was it? Hate group or worst group?
Worst group, worst people in Canada.
Worst people in Canada. Justin Trudeau, evangelical Christians, worst people in Canada. Of course, that word in head, but I'm going to back to we're even a bit more extreme than the evangelicals. So we're even worse than the worst. This is our prime minister. What business does he have? Say those things. What business? He has no business. And someday there's going to be a climate like this. Now, Mordecai, when he heard about this, when he heard about this plan that on the 13th day of the 12th month, and at this time at the beginning of the year, that they have a right, the Jews have a right that other people have a right to kill all the Jewish people and to take their goods, take the spoil of them. Imagine that. Imagine hearing this decree, and it goes through all the provinces from Ethiopia to India, all the provinces that King Ahasuerus was over. He was a mighty king. He He had pretty much, he was the greatest empire at that time. Imagine wondering on that day. And you see the response here of the Jews that, it says that there was weeping and wailing. And then he lay in sackcloth and ashes. Mordecai was laying in sackcloth and ashes. You wonder, what the heck was going on? I'm just waiting. That day we're going to die. It's not today. One thing if they said they're coming to us right now, they're going to do it 8 months or 12 months or whatever. And he's hurt. Now, continuing on, Esther chapter 4, verse 4. Esther chapter 4, verse 4. And it says, so Esther's maids and chamberlains came and told it her. Then was the queen exceedingly grieved, and she sent raiment to clothe Mordecai, and to take away his sackcloth from him, but he received it not. So what Esther is grieved about here is she's grieved that Mordecai is in sackcloth and ashes in the king's court. And from what I understand, the story, she doesn't know exactly why this is happening here. Now, Esther chapter 4, verse 5. Then called Esther for Hadad, one of the king's chamberlains, whom he had appointed to attend upon her, and gave him a commandment to Mordecai to know what it was and why it was. She wants to know why is he laying in sackcloth. Why is he laying in sackcloth in the king's court? What's going on there? What's going on with Mordecai? She sends her servant to do that, to go find out. Verse 6. So Hadad went forth to Mordecai unto the street of the city, which was before the king's gate. And Mordecai told him of all that had happened unto him, and the sum of the money that Haman had promised to pay to the king's treasuries for the Jews to destroy them. And he gave him the copy of the writing of the decree that was given at Shushan to destroy them, to show it unto Esther and declare it unto her, and to charge her that she should go in unto the king to make supplication unto him, and to make request before him for her people. Now, what's interesting here is, Esther doesn't even know this letter in the sense, forget the context, right? The context here. Esther doesn't have a clue what's going on. She doesn't have a clue about this letter that was written. You guys have a clue of all the laws that are written in the book in our country? Do you guys have a clue about the laws about hate speech? To be honest, I don't have a clue about all of them. I've heard about them. I don't know the details. Now, Esther's probably, she's like a queen. She's a queen, right? She's probably having a good old time, right? She's probably going to the spa, she's getting her nails done. She's thinking about decorating the laundry room and the bedroom, and she's having a good life. She's a queen, right? And she's having fun. You don't want to hear about this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And it's like a lot of Christians. I think a lot of Christians think that they got, some Christians got some nice houses, they got some nice jobs, and they don't want to hear about this stuff. I don't want to hear about these laws. I don't want to think about what's going on in the country. I just want to plan my vacation. Please, just let me plan my next vacation before I attend to this. I don't want to get involved in this. I don't want to think about this. It's too bad. Finally, Esther, when she finds out why in the world is Mordecai lying in sackcloth and ashes in the king's court, and we just think about what is happening in this country. Sometimes I think about it, lying sackcloth and ashes. I think about a story that my mom had told me. We'll get to that in a minute. I was sitting with my mom in the living room, and someone, her sister, had sent him a story. They're both devout Catholics, and they sent a story from BC, and it was a man who sent out pamphlets. Who sent out pamphlets about somebody who was running for office, who was born a man and had identified himself as a man. He identifies himself as a man. You know that the whole time. How do you identify yourself? How do you put your gender identity? He identified. He identified himself as a man, and then about 5 years ago, he decides he's a woman, and he's running for office. Changed his name, had a girl's name, and this man sent out pamphlets letting know, hey, this person who's running for office, they were born a man. That's not a woman. This man got charged $55,000 for that. $55,000 for that. How low is that? Isn't the government for the punishment of evildoers? Now, continue on in Esther chapter 4, verse 9. And Haddock came and told Esther the words of Mordecai. Again, Esther spake unto Haddock and gave him commandment unto Mordecai. And Haddock, verse Esther 4:9. And Haddock came and told Esther the words of Mordecai. So Haddock comes and he's going to tell Esther why Mordecai's invisible right now. Why he's laying on sackcloth and ashes. Esther doesn't know. Verse 10, Esther 4:10. Again, Esther spake unto Haddock and gave him commandment unto Mordecai. So this is Esther's response to Mordecai. Mordecai wants her to go unto the king and make supplication for her people. Now at this time, the king Ahasuerus doesn't even know she's Jewish. Doesn't even know she's a Jew. And by Mordecai told her not to say anything. And she's never said anything so far. Now this is Esther's response to Mordecai. Esther's response to Mordecai, he says, you gotta do something! I mean, the house is on fire! You gotta do something for your people! I mean, he's trying to wake you up. This is Esther's response. Verse 11. All the king's servants and the people of the king's provinces do know that whosoever, whether man or woman, shall come unto the king into the inner court, who is not called, there is one law of his to put him to death, except such to whom the king shall hold out the golden scepter, that he may live. But I have not been called to come in unto the king these 30 days. And they told Mordecai Esther's words. Now, here we see Esther finally finds out what's going on. She finally finds out that they're going to want to kill all there's a law passed to kill all the Jews on the 13th day of the 12th month, which is about 10 months away or so at this point. And what she says to Mordecai, when Mordecai says, I need you to do something. I think about Jesus, he's telling us, hey, I need you to do something in this climate here, in this country. I need you to do something. I need you to stand up. I need you to serve me. And we see Esther's response is that she tells Mordecai, hey, the king hasn't asked to hang out with me in 30 days. I mean, the king's a busy guy, I guess. I know by the story that the king really loved Esther. And he loved her above all the virgins that were around at that time. He chose her to be queen after Vashti had rebelled against him. The king loves Esther. Esther is saying, hey, look, I've been called to the king in 30 days. And if anyone goes into the king's inner court and he doesn't hold out the golden scepter, they're going to be put to death. And she's a little worried that, I'm going to go to the king's inner court, and what if he doesn't hold that golden scepter right, he's going to put me to death. Now you think about it, Esther, the king loved Esther. Why wouldn't he hold out the golden scepter? She's not making excuses. That sounds to me like she's making excuses. Sounds like she just wants to go back to the nail salon and the hair salon, and she don't want to get her feathers buckled. She's got a good life. She's clean. That's all right. We all been there before. So she's coming up with these excuses. She's coming up with this excuse, and unfortunately, that's for many. How many people who are Christians make excuses? I mean, with the God that some Christians would actually show up to church on a Sunday. I don't know how many people would know. I don't say that to go to this church, but what's with that? Oh, there's no good church. And Pastor there, anybody that said about this subject? Oh, I don't like those people in that church. There's no good church. I'm going to sit at home by myself. Oh, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Where's your heart? Where's your heart? You see you love God and not in church? They want to serve God. Who don't want to serve God? You don't want to give up some time on a Saturday afternoon to go somewhere. Or a Sunday. Don't want to make that priority. I want to serve God. Some people, they call to serve God. Some people call to preach. God is moved there. Hey, I want you to be a preacher. I want you to serve God. I want you to be whole for me. And they just say, God, I'd make a lot of money. Anyway, Esther, I think Esther's going to have this attitude. I believe. Esther chapter 4, verse 13. Then Mordecai commanded to answer Esther, think not within thyself that thou shalt escape in the king's house more than all the Jews. For if thou altogether holdest thy peace at this time, then shall there enlargement and deliverance arise to the Jews from another place. But thou and thy father's house shall be destroyed. And who knoweth whether thou art come to the kingdom for such a time as this? And we receive Mordecai, his faith. And I believe in this story, you look at Mordecai, he kind of represents like the Holy Ghost, Holy Spirit. We look at that, Haman, of course, he kind of represents the flesh, and Mordecai as the Holy Ghost. And we see that, I believe that Esther, in a sense, Esther represents the spirit, as in the flesh and the spirit. We're constantly having that battle to serve the flesh over the spirit. And we will see that, we see that Mordecai here, Mordecai even, in a sense, if you think about him in a sense of representing the Holy Spirit, I believe that Mordecai was a man moved by the Holy Spirit, because he says here in verse 14 that he believed that enlargement and deliverance would arise for the Jews from no place. He had faith that God would do something. Even though he lay in sackcloth and ashes, he had faith and he believed that God's will would work on earth. And at the time that God would not forsake the Jewish people, at that time they were God's people, God will not forsake the Christians today when we step out. And if we don't step out, a lot of people will come from another place. But we don't know if we're in this place for such a time as this to do something for God. We're not to be waiting for the Lord to come in another area. We ought to be somebody who God wants to use. And he finally starts to wake Esther up a little bit. And of course, Esther ends up being a great woman of God. A woman who has a book in the Bible written after her. The only woman in the Bible who has a book written after her. My head, so I think that's right? Ruth! Sometimes my mind gets so shot from preaching that I'm glad I didn't correct me, right? Because then I go listen to this and I say, oh man, why did I say that? Anyway, Romans Esther 4 verse 15. It says, then Esther bade them to return Mordecai this answer. Finally, we see Esther here. She's going to come up with a good answer. She goes, go gather together all the Jews that are present in Shushan and fast for me, and neither eat nor drink 3 days, neither day. And here we see something that we see Esther. She knows that the cards are stacked up against her. She knows that she's going to go. In all likelihood, the king is going to hold out that golden scepter. He's going to hang out that golden scepter probably and let Esther come into the inner court. But what she's going to really ask him is to do something about this law that Haman passed, and the laws of Medes and Persians, we couldn't override it. Once it was set, it was set. It was set that this king's reign, we could not. It altered not. Just like when Daniel was going to be put in the lion's den, the king could not stop that. He would have to come up with something very good, some type of law to try to change that, but he can't change it. It can't be altered. Now Esther would find out that she would have to eventually tell, of course, the king that she was Jewish. That she was part of those people, that he would have convinced that they should all die. And she doesn't know necessarily that when the king finds out this, that maybe he's going to think not much about her. And we got to think about ourselves, when we really step out of the line, and when things get real tough in this country, and we're going to really come out and tell somebody, hey, we're Christian, and we need business, and we don't know what's going to happen because of that. Hey, that might be fearful. That we might be scared, but we got to do what God leads us to do. And we can't deny who we are. We can't deny who we are. And from our family, or our co-workers, or we're out knocking on doors, who we are, we're never going to deny our Lord Jesus Christ. And Esther, they were put in a tough situation. And when she was put in that tough situation, look what she does. She petitions them. She gives a commandment to Mordecai, what she's done is she's asked them that he gather all the Jews present in Shushan and fast for me and eat and drink me for 3 days and 3 nights. I'm unbelievable. He wants all these Jews in Shushan to go fast for me 3 days and 3 nights. And if it ever gets so bad in this country, we're going to have to fast 3 days and 3 nights. We're going to have to really pray. But when she needs to do something really hard, she is petitioning the people she knows, the other Christians she knows, to fast and pray for them. Not pray, but in this case, she said fast. And we look at ourselves. If we're going to do something real hard, if anyone in this church is going to do something real hard, if anyone in this church has got to go and try to give a family member the gospel that's hard, and you got to come and tell us. Come and talk to me was going to be necessary. She knew that baptism was going to be necessary to accomplish what we want to be accomplished. Now, turn to Matthew chapter 5. Matthew chapter 5. Matthew chapter 7, sorry. And it says in Matthew, if you take a look at Matthew chapter 7, verse 9. It says, "Or what man is there of you whom if his son asks bread, will he give him a stone? Or if he asks a fish, will he give him a serpent? If you then being evil know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to them that ask him?" Are you saying those people who are evil, they give good things unto the children? How much more our Father give those things to them that ask him? How much more our Heavenly Father give us the strength, give us the boldness to do His will? How much more will He give than those people who are evil give to their kids? They don't give when they ask a fish. When someone asks a fish, they don't give a serpent. You know, if ye then being evil know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to them that ask? God will give us good things, and we see His petitioning. But of course, Esther knows that she needs help. Esther knows that she can't do it alone. I can't. None of us can do anything great alone. None of us can do any great work in our life alone. Now, as it says here, it says, of course, verse 16, it says, "Go gather together all the Jews that are present in Shushan, and fast ye for me, and neither eat nor drink 3 days, night and day. And I also and my maidens will fast likewise. And so will I go unto the king, which is not according to the law. And if I perish, I perish." So Mordecai went his way and did according to all that Esther had commanded him. Now finally, we see something real good here. We see something in this week. At the end of verse 4:16, we see Esther here. And since repenting of her lukewarmness and her lackadaisical approach to thinking about what's going on, you know, she finally kind of wakes up and she finally kind of comes with this attitude that will get her the victory, that will get her to do the things that are necessary to get the victory, that will do her or get her, God, to get a hold of God Almighty, that will get her to get a hold of the Lord Jesus Christ, that will get her to get a hold of the other Jews out there who know that they need an answer to prayer, and we can do something that will get us a hold of God and the people around us in this city who believe in the Lord Jesus Christ and who are sick of these things that are happening in this country. And it comes with this attitude. And if I perish, I perish. And Esther was ready to go. Esther was ready to die with that attitude. And if I perish, I perish. It's that attitude. It is that attitude that we need in this time, in such a time as this. It is that attitude in a time where we're running out of time in this country. We're running out of time in this world. And we need to have that attitude. If I perish, I perish.
That's right.
And we got to thank some of the people that the story that I was talking about earlier about that man in British Columbia. Just to kind of go quickly back to the story, I didn't really touch on it much. Now it says that, just to get some context here, this headline is from the stream.org, which I believe is a Christian website. It says, you know, the king, it says here, and now here it is, as the headline announces, Canadian Tribunal fines Bill Woodcock $55,000 for expressing Christian views on transgenders. In other words, Woodcock told a biological male who identifies as a female a biological male. That was his crime. And it says, John Sarpay, president of Justice Center for Constitutional Freedom, defended Woodcock, noting in his protest that the Supreme Court of Canada has long held that freedom of expression is the lifeblood of democracy. He's saying, doesn't this country care about freedom of expression? Isn't that a hallmark of freedom? Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's liberty. And he's saying, what's going on? Why has this become a big deal? He didn't say anything even bad against transgenderism. He didn't say anything bad about homosexuality. Not that he shouldn't, but he didn't even go that far. Now, of course, now this is not just Canada. This is not just Canada. Just to get some additional context, in America, New York City. Let me just read this. In reality, some of these laws are already on the books in America. This is written by America. It says, with New York City calling for fines up to $250,000 for misgendering someone in the workplace. So, yeah, I mean that's what it says here. New York City calling for fines of up to $250,000 for misgendering someone in the workplace. So that this was put in place in 2015. I'm blown away. 2015. I mean, some of these laws hit the books, and we're not even aware of it. Because they're busy talking about stupid stuff on the news. So and while they're busy talking about stupid stuff, they're passing the worst laws. And it says in 2016, a transgender school teacher in Oregon won a $60,000 settlement from a school district after co-workers allegedly failed to address the teacher by proper gender pronouns. $60,000 in Oregon. And of course, this case here, a mass resistance explained during the British Columbia elections in spring 2017. Christian activist Bill Woodcock passed out hundreds of flyers notifying people that one of the local candidates for Parliament, Morgan Ogre, who claimed to be a woman and dressed as a woman, was actually a man named Ronan Ogre. In fact, until 5 years ago, Ogre lived relatively normally as a father with his wife and 2 children. This blows my mind. This blows your mind away. Now, according to the Canadian Tribunal, Mr. Woodcock's conduct was discrimination contrary to the code. He must pay Ms. Ogre $35,000 as compensation for injury to her dignity, feelings, and self-respect. Wow. He must pay Mrs. Ogre $20,000 as costs for improper conduct. He must pay Ogre interest due. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable that someone would get fined in this country $55,000 for just calling a spade a spade. For just calling somebody who was born a man, saying that they were born a man. It's telling the truth. So you can't do that. You can't do that. And that this is unbelievable. I mean, what are we living in? What is this? China? Where you can't see something bad about the government? I mean, this stuff it blows your mind. This new world order that's coming. But the thing is, in this time that we have, we've got to have that attitude. If I perish, I perish. Now, turn your Bibles to Jeremiah 26, verse 4. Jeremiah 26, verse 4. Jeremiah 26, verse 4. And it says, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord, if you will not hearken to me to walk in my law, which I have sent before you, to hearken to the words of my servants and prophets, whom I sent unto you, both rising up early and sending them, but ye have not hearkened, then will I make this house like Shiloh, and will make this city a curse to all the nations of the earth. So the priests and the prophets and all the people heard Jeremiah speaking these words in the house of the Lord. Jeremiah speaking words here to people here in Israel. Things they don't want to hear. Jeremiah was even a prophet. He was saying things that they did not want to hear, that the priests did not want to hear, that the chief priests, the elders, the scribes, the people. Now it came to pass when Jeremiah had made an end of speaking all that the Lord had commanded him to speak unto all the people, that the priests and the prophets and all the people took him, saying, thou shalt certainly die. Why hast thou prophesied in the name of the Lord, saying, this house shall be like Shiloh, and this city shall be desolate without inhabitant? And all the people were gathered against Jeremiah in the house of the Lord. When the princes of Judah heard these things, then they came up from the king's house unto the house of the Lord, and sat down in the entry of the new gate of the Lord's house. Then spake the priests and the prophets unto the princes and to all the people, saying, This man is worthy to die, for he hath prophesied against this city, as ye have heard with your ears. All he said, Jeremiah, was he just challenged and condemned Israel. He condemned them, saying that, look, that God was going to judge them, and they want to put him to death for this. And you think that in this country, that can't happen. You think that in this country that people don't step up and just start condemning Justin Trudeau and his liberal commie government and all the other communist governments that this country has had, and socialism and all the wickedness and the brave new world it's trying to set up. You don't think that there won't be a time where they won't say put these people to death? It happened here. It happened anytime. And I believe that this is happening. Many people who aren't even Christians believe that if you challenge the New World Order, if you challenge this one world bank, one world government, this communist New World Order, hey, that they'll go to death. They already think that, and they're not even Christians. Jeremiah 26, verse 11, Then spake the priests and the prophets unto the princes and to all the people, This man is worthy to die, for he hath prophesied against the city, as ye have heard with your ears. Then spake Jeremiah unto all the princes and to all the people, saying, The Lord sent me to prophesy against this house and against this city all the words that ye have heard. Therefore now amend your ways and your doings, and obey the voice of the Lord your God, and the Lord will repent him of the evil that he pronounced against you. As for me, behold, I am in your hand. Do with me as seemeth good and meet unto you. But know ye for certain that if ye put me to death, ye shall surely bring innocent blood upon yourselves, and upon this city, and upon the inhabitants thereof. For of a truth the Lord hath sent me unto you, to speak all these words in your ears. What I think about Jeremiah, when I think about the book of Jeremiah, I believe that Jeremiah, there's one point where he did not want to speak the word of God. But he could not help himself. He could not stay. He had to do it. He was wary. And I believe that Jeremiah had this attitude, if I perish, I perish. I believe that Jeremiah had the same attitude that Esther had. Hey, if I perish, I perish. And that's the attitude that we need to have. And what Jeremiah, he was just simply telling the Jewish people, hey, you've got to repent of this way that you're living. And if you do so, hey, God will change. God will change his plans for you. God will turn things around for you. And all we need to do with other people, we need to tell them the same thing. We need to tell this country the same thing. We need to tell people the same thing. That people, hey, if they just start doing the things that God wants them to do, hey, God will change. God will change the attitude for them. But we know that when we do that, hey, we are going our harm's way. We need to have this attitude. If I perish, I perish. Now, you might want to think, okay, well, this attitude that if I perish, I perish. I don't know, maybe things aren't going to get so bad as saying, well, long life again. Maybe you might be thinking that. That's fine, but when you think about this attitude, this is an attitude that really, anywhere in life, is a great attitude to have. This is an attitude to have even in your work life, to have in your family life, or whatever. I think about a time that I was working at my company, and they're laying off. They had a bunch of people in a room. They're going to lay off a bunch of people, and some people were going to get laid off. Some people were going to stay. Some people were going to get moved to this other company, Indian company called Tech Mahindra. Nobody wanted to work for them because they treat their workers like slaves, and they hold over their workers. Their work permits, and basically say, hey, you work hard for us, or basically we'll send you back to India. And nobody wanted to work for that company. People were like, oh, I just want to stay with Scotiabank, or I want to get laid off and get a package. Hey, lo and behold, that day I got found out I got to move to Tech Mahindra. And I didn't want to work for that company. I went, what in the world is going on? I wish I just lost my job. I mean, if I just lost my job, I get a package, and I can go on. I don't like going on unemployment insurance. I've never been on it. But the fact that the government imposes so many taxes, I would have went on it. I would have been more than happy just to take my package and my 3 more months of work and then get one UI and work for another job. Can't do that. Couldn't do that in this case. There was no option. You either go take Mahindra or you quit. Because you have they're giving you an option to work somewhere else. So there's no option there. I had to go into this company, and some of the people that I would tell to do things, in turn, they started to be my bosses. And they were horrible. All of a sudden, they just try to push and push this company. Some of these people, I mean, working like 50 hours a week, they don't charge overtime, and the company just pushes it. And now, here I am in my own country. People who got to come into this country that my grandpa fought in war, and they want to disrespect me and try to get and to hold on the fact that I need a job. And I like working there. I didn't think about quitting, and all of a sudden every day I was thinking about quitting. And at one time, it was getting so bad. I worked real hard on a project. We finally hit the deadline. We're going into Mike. You probably know we're going into production, right? Code needs to be tested. We hit this huge project, and the code's going up to production the next day. So we finally did our sign off. And I'm Friday. I got to come to work Saturday morning, and then he asked me to took this. One of my bosses applied and I was a big job. After I just busted my butt off, working to get that deadline, I was so angry. I was getting in the flesh. I was so angry. I literally, when he did that, I said, I'm going to go to his desk. I'm going to tell him I quit and I want to punch his legs out. I am not joking. I mean, I'm a Christian. I don't want to be in the flesh, but I want to punch his legs out. I was actually concerned, and I went and I started to walk towards his desk. And I finally put myself back. I went back to my office, and there was a table in my office. And I'm like, I thought, I'm not going to flip this table over my office. So I was like, and I went, ooh, and I missed. Thank God. Praise God, I missed. Praise God, he was working. I was going to flip the table over my office. And as I missed, my husband went, and somebody sees my face. I was like, somebody I know. He's one of the guys, one of you guys, who got to stay with Scotia. So then I see that and I walk and I go, okay, fine. What I'm not going to do, I got to punch my cabinet as hard as I can. That I didn't. And I went, boom! And then just punched as hard as I could. And I walked up, I wasn't washing, I got on my knees, I'm like, God, what in the world has God to me? God, please help me. And I'm not joking, the situation was so bad, but as I went to my desk, I said to myself, if these guys come and tell me, why did you punch the thing? I will say sorry, but it's gonna open up the can of worms. I'm gonna say sorry, I shouldn't have did it, because I shouldn't have, right? Should I have done that? No. But it's still open the can of worms, and I am not gonna hold back. Because I knew that they didn't want to get rid of me because I had knowledge. They wanted to push me around. So the other companies, Fisherman, they wanted to get rid of me because I had knowledge. They didn't want to get rid of me because I had knowledge, but they wanted to push me around. It was a really tough situation. Anyway, this situation did not get better. It did not get better at all. But finally, I got to the point I was like, every day I was just like, okay, one more take. Finally, I got an attitude. I got that attitude that Esther had. I am going to do things the way I think they need to be done. I am not going to go over and above. I'm going to make sure I get treated like a human being. And if I perish, I perish. And I finally got that attitude. I was sitting with one of the guys from taking Hindra, and they wanted to replace me into another location, which was probably going to be good for me. And I just told him, I go, you know what? He goes, what's your intention for taking Hindra? Because what they've done, I had an offer from Scotiabank. We had this thing in my clause in my contract saying we could go back to Scotiabank if you got another job. Other people have done it. And I got an offer. I was going to get an offer from Scotiabank, but it got stopped. And I was just so upset. I was so angry. And the guy, they wanted to move me over to another place. I think they thought I was happy. What are your intentions for taking Hindra? I just told them, I go, I need you guys to stop from getting jobs. I don't appreciate it. And I let him go, and he kind of go back like, but you know what? They put me to this other location, and they said, you're dedicated to that job. We're not gonna put them on 60 different projects at the same time. You're dedicated to that job. And all of a sudden, I got to a place where I was working with mostly people from Scotiabank. They appreciated what I was doing, and I took that attitude: if I perish, I perish. And all of a sudden, my life got real good. My life got real good, and all of a sudden, I actually didn't find any work. But it wasn't until I got that attitude, if I perish, I perish. So you think about that attitude. As Christians, that's the kind of attitude that we need to have. That we need to have real victory. We need to have that attitude. If I perish, I perish. Now you think about Esther. If we go back to Esther chapter 5, verse 1. Esther chapter 5, verse 1. Now this is a response, this is what happens, Esther chapter 5, verse 1. Now finally when Esther comes up with that attitude, if I perish, I perish, she said, I'm going to do the hard thing. Now it came to pass on the third day that Esther put on her royal apparel and stood in the inner court of the king's house. This is where the king didn't hold of the golden scepter that she could put down. Over against the king's house. And the king sat upon the royal throne in the royal house over against the gate of the house. And it was so when the king saw Esther, the queen, standing in the court, that she obtained favor in his sight, and the king held up to Esther the golden scepter that was in his hand. So Esther drew near and touched the top of the scepter. Then said the king unto her, What wilt thou, Queen Esther? And what is thy request? It shall be given thee to the half kingdom. After all our weariness, after all that, the king says, hey, what do you want? I'll give you the half the kingdom. I mean, after the fasting, after the fasting that they've done, that Paul meant much of prayer, that golden scepter, what will be done? And of course, Esther ends up getting her request that they would allow to pass a law that the Jews could protect themselves against the people who would try to kill them, and they could also take their spoil. And of course, the great story is they end up doing that, and Mordecai ends up getting raised. But we see here that when she took that attitude, we see a reward of God. Now, if we don't get that reward, maybe we might not get that reward, but hey, we might die. Someday maybe we'll die on death. We'll be rewarded for that again. There'll be great rewards. You think there won't be a glory going into heaven that way? There'll be great glory. I mean, God will just welcome. I mean, God will be welcoming you in. Can you imagine the glory of if you don't get to see the victory? Of course, Esther saw victory when she was old. She saw great things happen. That's not always the case of where it will be. But there will be great glory when the heaven, if that's not the case. And we see, look at Jeremiah too. Jeremiah chapter 40, verse 1. Jeremiah chapter 40, verse 1. Of course, Jeremiah, was challenging the Israelites. He was telling them to repent of their wickedness, their idolatry, and all the things that they've done wrong. That it would be well with him if they finally turned to God and they wanted to kill him. They put him in the dungeon. I mean, they made his life real hard. They let his life miserable. Jeremiah 40, verse 1. This is after it's all done. Then the word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord, after that Nebuchadnezzar, the captain of the guard, had let him go from Ramah, when he had taken him, being bound in chains among all that were carried away captive to Jerusalem and Judah, which were carried away captive unto Babylon. And the captain of the guard took Jeremiah and said unto him, The Lord thy God hath pronounced this evil upon this place. Now the Lord hath brought it, and done according as he hath said, because ye have sinned against the Lord, and have not obeyed his voice, therefore this thing is come upon you. Now behold, this is Nebuchadnezzar. The Babylonians have come, and they've taken Jerusalem, they've taken Judah, they've broken it down, they took away all the smartest people, all the spits, and brought them to Babylon. But he says when he finds Jeremiah captive, I loose thee this day from the chains which were upon thine head. If it seem good to come unto thee with me into Babylon, come, and I will look well unto thee. But if it seem ill unto thee to come with me into Babylon, forbear, behold, all the land is before thee. Whithersoever it seemeth good and convenient for thee to go, thither go. Now, while he was yet gone back, he said, Go back also to Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan, whom the king of Babylon hath made governor over the cities of Judah, and dwell with him among the people. Or go whithersoever it seemeth convenient unto thee to go. He says, Go wherever you want. Come with me to Babylon, I'll take care of you. Stay here, do whatever you want. I'm loosing you from your chains. He knew about Jeremiah. Jeremiah even prophesied back against Babylon. So the captain of the guard gave him victuals and a reward to let him go. Jeremiah, after he does that, after he comes, and you think about, I believe Jeremiah had the attitude of, if I perish, I perish. He was willing to do what God would do, even if that would cost him his life. But when he does those things, when the time comes that Judah visible. It says, come to me, and if you come with me, I'll take care of you. Or stay here, do whatever you want. God does take care of his people when they step out and do those things. God does take care of his people when they step out and have that attitude of, well, if I perish. God will step out and help us do whatever we need to do as a church and in our lives. And I pray that we all have that attitude. We all have that attitude. Not just in serving God, but in our life. To not worry, not fear. God will take care of us. When we have that attitude, if I perish, we're petitioning God, saying, God, I'm going to follow you. I'm going to do what I think you want me to do, and I'll let you take care of the rest. Let's pray. Dear Lord God, Lord Jesus, please bless our remainder of our day, God.